Fast magisch. Ein Convertible wie das Pavilion X360 soll die besten Eigenschaften aus Tablet und Notebook vereinen. Aber ist das Convertible von HP im Alltag wirklich zauberhaft? Computerbild hat das HP Pavilion X360 getestet. 1,1 cm. Bei diesem eleganten Anblick überrascht das Gewicht dann umso mehr. Knapp 1,9 Kilogramm sind für ein Notebook okay, aber ein Convertible sollte weniger wiegen, damit es im Tablet-Modus noch angenehm in der Hand liegt. Die Tastatur hat ein untypisches Layout und erfordert etwas Gewöhnung. Hat man den Dreh raus, tippen sich Texte dank gutem Druckpunkt sehr komfortabel. Zur Verwandlung vom Notebook in ein Tablet klappt der Nutzer einfach den 15,6 Zoll Bildschirm auf die Unterseite des Geräts. Das Display selbst punktet mit scharfer Full-HD-Auflösung, spiegelt aber recht stark und stellt Farben blass dar. Gut dafür, der Touchscreen reagiert präzise auf Fingertips und Wischer. Alternativ ist er mit einem Stift bedienbar, der sich über Bluetooth mit dem Convertible verkuppeln lässt. Einen Core i5-Prozessor haben zwar viele Notebooks, doch das Exemplar im Pavilion ist besonders kräftig. Der aus der aktuellen Whiskey Lake-Generation stammende Prozessor hat 4 Kerne und liefert ein hohes Arbeitstempo. Auch leistungshungrige Software, etwa für die Videobearbeitung, bringen ihn nicht aus dem Tritt. Die Lüfter leisten dafür unter Volllast Schwerstarbeit, was sich mit 2,9 Zone lautstark bemerkbar macht. Beim Spielen helfen dem X360 aber auch schnell rotierende Lüfter nichts, weil der Onboard-Grafikchip viel zu schwach ist. Das Ergebnis? Spiele ruckeln in Full HD mit 6 Bildern pro Sekunde übers Display. Selbst bei reduzierter Auflösung war nicht viel mehr drin. Das System und die wichtigsten Programme liegen auf einer flinken SSD mit 238 GB Speicher, während Dokumente, Fotos und Videos auf einer 932 GB großen Festplatte Platz nehmen. Beide Speicher sowie auch der großzügige 8 GB Arbeitsspeicher lassen sich erweitern. Bei der Wiedergabe von Videos hielt der Akku 3,5 Stunden durch und beim Arbeiten ging ihm erst nach 4 Stunden der Saft aus. Das sind zwar keine brillanten, aber immerhin solide Werte für ein Notebook. Ein klassisches Tablet kommt jedoch deutlich länger aus. Für so ein schlankes Gerät ist das X360 passabel ausgestattet. 2 USB-Typ-A-Buchsen und eine Typ-C-Buchse sind an Bord. Dazu gesellen sich eine Kombibuchse für Kopfhörer oder Headset und ein HDMI-Ausgang für einen externen Monitor. Ein SD-Kartenleser ist auch Serie. Fazit: Als Notebook ist das Pavilion X360 von HP sehr ordentlich. Es bewältigt komplizierte Aufgaben und wiegt relativ wenig. Das Display enttäuscht aber etwas. Auch für den Alltagsgebrauch als Tablet ist das HP zu schwer. Dennoch ist das drehbare Display für die bequeme Videowiedergabe oder fürs Abspulen von Präsentationen ein praktisches Extra. Unsere Note 2,5. Der Preis 799 €.
What's up people, Varun here. I know it's been a long time since I uploaded my last video. Actually, I just moved cities. Is HP Pavilion X360 2-in-1 convertible laptop. This is a touchscreen laptop and I've been using this laptop for almost a month now and it's been a real workhorse for me. I'm quite happy with the performance this laptop has given me. Okay, unfortunately I've already unboxed this machine. So what you get inside is this laptop in the box, the charger, which is this, your normal charger, and this inking pen. So this pen I have not unboxed, so let's quickly unbox this pen. Let me open this. Alright, so inside you have some paperwork on how to use and instruction manual. Let's keep this aside. We have this pen by HP. We have two buttons here and we have this battery, AAA battery. Anything else? Yes. We have these two additional tips inside as well. So yeah, I'm going to be covering everything in my review. So sit back, relax. So let's begin with a quick summary of this laptop. This laptop has a 14 inches display for your daily needs. It is powered by Intel Core i5-10210U 10th Gen processor, coupled with 8 GB of RAM and has 256 GB SSD storage. It runs on Windows 10 Home Basic operating system. As far as graphics card is concerned, this notebook has an Intel UHD graphics card to manage the graphical functions. To keep it alive, it has a 3-cell lithium-ion battery and weighs 1.58 kgs. Here are the specifications. As usual, let's start with the things which I like. Number 1, build quality. Its build quality is quite superb. The entire construction of this laptop feels very solid. The hinges are strong and the entire aluminium chassis on the outside makes it look really premium. Number 2, design. It is designed in quite a premium fashion, perfect for professionals and students who really want a 2-in-1 laptop which looks good and can be a real performer. The first half of the Pavilion X360 is slathered in a silver paint and stamped at the center is a reflective HP logo. The edges of the hood and the deck curve outward and then inward as they meet each other, creating an hourglass design that surrounds this laptop. There is also a Pavilion logo on the hinge of the laptop. Opening the Pavilion X360 reveals a black tone on the deck, a carved out section for the keyboard at the center, and a vent grill for the Bang & Olufsen speakers just above it. There is also a fingerprint reader to the right of the touchpad. The ultra-thin bezel and edge-to-edge keyboard are designed beautifully to maximize display and keyboard area. Now let's talk about the I/O situation. On the left, we have one USB 3.1 Type A port, a headphone jack, air vents, power on-off button which also acts as sleep-wake button, and a Kensington lock. On the right, we have a plethora of ports. Number 1, we have the charge port. Next is HDMI port, another USB 3.1 Type A port, USB-C port which is sadly not Thunderbolt 3 and does not even support charging, and lastly we have SD card reader and a notification light. Next up, performance. Armed with an Intel Core i5 10th Gen processor plus 8 GB of RAM with 256 GB of SSD, this laptop juggles Chrome with 20 tabs open plus a Microsoft Office plus a light photo editing without breaking a sweat. Quad-core 8-way processing provides maximum power to go. Intel Turbo Boost technology delivers dynamic extra power when you need it. Now let's talk about the audio performance. The Pavilion's top-firing Bang & Olufsen speakers are good for a sub 65k laptop. They're not super loud, but they're okay to fill a room. Here's a sample. Now let's come to the keyboard and touchpad. Keyboard is backlit and typing experience is satisfying. The keys are smooth and require a decent amount of force and travel before they hit the bottom. The touchpad is made of plastic and has Windows precision drivers. It handled Windows 10 gestures quite nicely. Overall, I have no complaints on the keyboard and the touchpad, and you will get used to it pretty quickly. Now let's talk about the things which I don't like. Number 1, display. The display is flanked with a 14-inch Full HD backlit multi-touch panel. The panel is quite glossy and makes it a little frustrating to look at. It also doesn't get super bright. For all you nits nerd, the nits count is 261. However, the touchscreen is super responsive and I have no issues when I use this laptop in the tablet mode. The panel covered 60% of the sRGB color gamut, which is duller than the other mainstream laptop in similar category. Next up, battery life. HP claims 10 hours of battery life, which is nowhere near the real world tests. I am getting only 4 to 5 hours with medium screen brightness. However, the barrel charger can juice it up to 50% within 45 minutes. Now let's talk about some nifty features of this laptop. Number 1, this is a convertible, meaning you can work in a laptop mode, watch in a reverse mode, play in a tent mode, and draw in a tablet position. Everything is possible with this laptop. Number 2, the active pen which comes in the box is good too. It works well with the laptop and has low latency. Number 3, the laptop barely passes the one-hand test. Number 4, the hinges are pretty solid and HP claims it will last for about 25,000 openings and close. And lastly, it has Alexa built in. I haven't tested it and I don't even use Alexa, so let's just pass this one. Final thoughts. This laptop is perfect for those who are looking for a machine for content consumption and also for tackling day-to-day tasks. Core i10 was the only reason I went for this one. Also, the display is not a huge deal breaker for me. The only downer is the battery life and it's little on the heavier side with its weight around 1.58 kgs. If you can look past those, then this is the perfect 2-in-1 laptop for under 65,000 bucks. Okay, so folks, this is it. Hope you like this review of HP Pavilion X360. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Precision 5750. Yeah, I know. It looks like the XPS 17, and you'd be right to think it was, but it is the Precision 5750, an identical in terms of the chassis and, of course, the display and the overall footprint to the XPS 17. 9700. Now I've been using this for nearly a month as my daily driver to see how it would perform as a mobile workstation. Remember, this packs a lot of power under the hood. Now keep in mind, this is not geared towards the average consumer. It's geared toward that professional that does high-end video work, that does medical imaging, CAD work, architectural work, and the like. So of course it's going to need a lot of horsepower under the hood. But not only that, this has a gorgeous UHD Plus display. It's a 16:10 aspect ratio, same as the XPS 17. We'll get into that in a little bit. Hey everybody, this is Andrew, and this is my review of the Dell Precision 5750. All new for 2020. Coming up. Want to see more videos like this? Why not hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell? This way you'll be alerted every time I upload a new video. Make sure you follow me on video is brought to you a new to here by Dell. Starts at 23. Review is done. This video before its release. This review unit was provided by Dell, and once this review is done, I will be sending it back. The Precision 57 will work and video editing design. It also has that Titan gray color. I really do like it. It gives off a nice sleek 1.3 kilogram foundation. And to put its size into perspective, here it is with the Dell XPS 15 9500. As you can see, the Dell Precision 5750 has a bigger footprint than the XPS 15. Now keep in mind, the XPS 17 has the same footprint as the Precision 5750. So this will give you a good idea if you want the consumer grade version of this laptop. And just like the Dell XPS 15 and 17, this also has a 16:10 aspect ratio. I'm a big fan of that aspect ratio for sure. And here it is with the Apple MacBook Pro 16 from 2019. As you can see here, it's a little bit bigger than the MacBook Pro, as you can see. Okay, I covered the ports in my unboxing video, but for those that didn't see it, on the left side, you get your Kensington lock port, you get two Thunderbolt 3 ports, and that's it for that side. Moving over to the right side, two more Thunderbolt 3 ports, a full-size SD card reader, and a 3.5mm audio jack. That's it. There's no USB-A port, there's no HDMI port. Kind of disappointing for those two missing ports. But again, I didn't get front. It has a resolution of 3840 by 20 black levels, great contrast, good color sRGB or gamut, and 96% that do Lightroom, Photoshop, and of course video editing. And it comes in a very bright 531 nits, making this a good choice for both which I read, and you gotta love that. That's the same as the Dell XPS. Fantastic camera of the Dell Precision 50 version of the Dell XPS 17 for 2020, and I'm gotta say, not bad. It's in the top bezel, of course. It's not up your nose, or it's not a nostril cam. Button also doubles as a fingerprint scanner, registering my finger each and every time I used it. It worked well, giving you another added layer of security. Now, as far as user upgradability is concerned, this actually is pretty easy to get inside. You'll just have to remove the T5 Torx screws, remove the bottom plate, and you're in. Now, once inside, you'll notice the dual fans, and you'll notice that both the SSD slots here are user upgradable, so that's great. And my review unit comes with two 2TB SSDs, and they did really well on the Crystal Disk Mark test. And it also has two slots for the RAM, so that's user upgradable as well. My unit has 64 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. And it also employs that vapor chamber cooling, the same we find in the Dell XPS 17 9700. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. This also has a 97 watt-hour battery, and we'll get into the battery life in a little bit. And as far as the wireless is concerned, it has Wi-Fi 6 along with Bluetooth 5.1. All worked well, good connections, and good uploads and download speeds. Now, when it comes to performance, this is a very powerful workstation, as you can see from these numbers. Now, it has the Intel Core i7-10875H with the NVIDIA Quadro RTX 3000 with Max-Q design, the discrete GPU that certainly is great for things like video editing, things like 3D rendering, and the like. It really does a good job, and the 8 cores that this CPU has certainly aids in that as well. And it doesn't hurt that this also has 64 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. This all comes together to make one powerful mobile workstation. Now, of course, this is a professional grade mobile workstation, not really a gaming laptop, although you can play games, of course. This is certainly capable, and I found the sweet spot to be the high settings 1080p. These are the results. You definitely get playable frame rates on some of the popular titles, such as Fortnite, GTA 5, Far Cry New Dawn, and many other titles. And when it comes to thermals, it employs the same vapor chamber cooling as its consumer counterpart, the Dell XPS 17 9700, and that's a good thing because I didn't notice any thermal throttling when the CPU was under 100% load, and the average temperatures were around 76 degrees Celsius. Not bad, not overly hot, certainly not the coolest I've ever seen, but there wasn't any thermal throttling, and that is the good news here. And you will notice, of course, the dual fans here, and they'll kick in at around 75 to 80 degrees Celsius, and they will come on a full blast. Not the loudest I've ever heard, but you definitely will notice them, not overly annoying, so that's good. I think overall, the vapor chamber cooling is a really good system employed here. Now, there are two battery options. You can get a 3-cell 56 watt-hour battery or the larger 97 watt-hour battery. It's a 6-cell battery, and that's the one that I have, and it did 9 hours and 12 minutes on my continuous web surfing test over Wi-Fi at 150 nits. Interestingly enough, my engineering sample came with the smaller 90 watt-hour power supply, not the larger 130 watt power adapter that my Dell XPS 15 came with, so that's the one I would use, and that is an option for you to buy at checkout. And just like the Dell XPS 13 and 15 that I reviewed here in 2020, this also has an improved keyboard, or a really good keyboard, I should say, really good tactile feedback, good key travel, and it does have a multi-stage backlight that allows you to get work done in a dark room or a dimly lit environment. It also has a very spacious, nicely sized precision touchpad that works really well. All the gestures are working well, and two-finger scrolling is buttery smooth. Now, I don't have any issues as far as any loose trackpad or touchpad on this, any inadvertent clicks that have plagued other units such as the Dell XPS 15. I don't have that issue on my unit. Now, when it comes to the audio, there are two top firing speakers on each side of the keyboard and two bottom firing speakers to produce really good sound. These are 5-watt speakers and really fills up the room rather nicely. Good mids, good bass, excellent job in terms of the sound. One of the best I've ever heard on a mobile workstation, that's for sure. And here's the sound compared to the MacBook Pro 16, to be followed by the sound of the XPS 15. Have a listen.
Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is the Dell Precision 5750, all new for 2020. Coming up. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is the Dell Precision 5750, all new for 2020. Coming up. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is the Dell Precision 5750, all new for 2020. Coming up. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is the Dell Precision 5750, all new for 2020. Coming up.
Okay, let's bring it all home. Can I recommend the Dell Precision 5750 mobile workstation here for 2020? And the answer is a resounding yes, especially if you're a mobile professional that needs to do high-end video work, 3D CAD rendering, any kind of architectural work, and of course medical imaging and the like. This will definitely get the job done. You'll love that